This is Stan Hustad in the studio for What It Takes Radio and Interesting Ideas. Now, What It Takes Radio is the new company that I and my colleague Sherry Monahan have put together, which will combine the power of podcasting and, for those of you who are writers and creators, the power of publishing, bringing together two of the most important and powerful media, the traditional media of publishing and the brand new media of modern radio, which is very different and very new, which we call podcasting. And we are doing this because every last one of you will need to know how to perform, how to seek an audience and connect with an audience. No matter what line of work or kind of business you're in, you have to do that. And one of the programs that I want to do as part of my flagship program is simply Interesting Ideas. Ideas that will help you, first of all, gain a little bit of insight into the world and maybe a little bit of insight into yourself and how you can make your mark in the world by increasing your influence, perhaps furthering impact and finding a way to true successful income. So it's interesting ideas, sometimes just because they're interesting, but they're also for you to gain some wisdom, to grow an influence, make a difference, and we all need income. And income, however, is not just money. It's the belief that if you do well, all kinds of good things can come to you. There truly are good income. It may not be money, it may be relationships, it may be wisdom, it may be experiences. That's the business we're in, helping you reach your audience so you can have those good things come into your life. Now, what I'm doing is, this is the radio program, but as you will see, I'm also having it done on video, and you may be listening to the program or you may be watching the program. As you see, I put on one of my best ties. This is the colors of one of the colors that Sherry chose for the design for What It Takes Radio and putting together a logo for that. Well, I love ties. Someone once said, Stan, I think you invented Trump ties even before Trump did, because I love ties. I really do. And I like to wear my tie, get dressed up when I'm on the radio. Now, some of you will say, well, Stan, that's silly. No one knows how you're dressed when you're on the radio. And I say, you're wrong. I will know. And that's important to me, that I am presenting myself in front of the golden microphone, and I'm presenting myself as best I can. And so I oftentimes encourage those people who want to do well on the radio, get dressed up, look good, look sharp. I often taught young men and women in their speech class. I said, wear something you like. It makes you look good. And by the way, if you do that, you'll perform better. Now, if you're as old as I am, some of you guys will go back and you can see the radio programs. That was quite common, that when you would go into a studio, you would actually see the disc jockey or the performer. Yeah, they were there in the studio, but they were dressed for business, even though obviously no one is going to see them. But they must have known maybe it does make a difference. Now, when I was working with the BBC a number of years ago, it was interesting to see back in the real old days of the BBC. Now, sometimes they actually had a studio audience, which I will still say is a great business radio idea. Always have a studio audience. But they would wear coat and tie. No, not coat and tie, tux and tails for their radio performances. And there they were with their microphones all lined up, putting on their program, and they were dressed in formal dress. Sounds a little bit silly and old-fashioned, but did they know something that we have forgotten? Well, Just think about that for a while. But here's the deal. I want you to be a part of interesting ideas. First of all, I want to come up with all kinds of interesting ideas myself, and that's what keeps me sharp. I'm always looking for good ideas to share with my audience. But I'm also looking for interesting people who have interesting ideas. That it's not just the SOS, the same old stuff, the same old music, the same old talk, the same idea. Sometimes I just get tired of it. Nothing new, nothing fresh, nothing brand new. Nothing where I can say, gee, I didn't know that. Wow. Oftentimes I say in my radio program, and I copied this from a guy named Joe Suchere, he said, you'll learn more here by accident than most places by design. What a great way to describe a great radio program, and that's what I want interesting ideas to be. But here's what I need. I need you to send me interesting ideas. And I'll give you credit for them, and I'll talk about them. Hey, I want you to send me an interesting idea, and I'll talk about them, but I'll even talk about them with you on the radio. Remember, as one of my friends said, Stan, hey, everybody wants to be a cowboy, and everybody wants to be on the radio. Well, I'm lucky. I'm working with all kinds of cowboys, and I'm working with all kinds of people who want to be on the radio. And that could be you. Right now, the modern media is fully corrupt, like most things are, unfortunately. However, there are ways that what we have, this very technology, that men and women of the spirit force who seek to, in effect, fill their minds with good things, have their spirit moved, and then, of course, their heart touched. Those men and women who want to do that, why don't you begin to explore whether podcasting and publishing, and they can go together, could be for you. Because if you're one of those people, Sherry and I can make it happen for you. That's what we do. We've done it for many years. We're good at it, and we do it well, and we can do it for you too. We can introduce you to the world of being on the radio and having an incredible talent in terms of reaching an audience and performing. How to take some of that and put it into publications, that your podcast becomes your published work. And all of a sudden, your influence, your impact, perhaps even your income, comes from all around the world. That's what we do, and that's our vision for you. So why don't you contact me? It's real simple. StanHusted@gmail.com. StanHusted@gmail.com. Go to witradio.net. That's witradio.net. And then you can see all the things that Sherry and I have put together because we want you. Well, if you'd like to be a cowboy, we can help you with that too, because we've got lots of cowboy friends who will teach you how to do that. But we'll also teach you how to be a man or a woman, not only of the publishing letters, but of a broadcast voice. Sounds fun? Yes, it's fun. It's also a lot of work, and it takes people who care, and care a lot. But if you do, we can make it happen for you. So once again, I'm Stan. We're with WIT Radio, witradio.net. The program is Interesting Ideas. Let's get started working together. I look forward to that. Hey, all the best, all the blessings, and let's see you